SR93 boxing back with a quick video. Amir Khan says he wants the Danny Garcia fight first. I can't be bothered to quote this shit. Links are in the. Actually, no, fuck it. That's a bit disrespectful of me to say. I'll actually quote what Amir Khan said. Um, Disrespectful to the viewers that's watching my video, not to Amir Khan. He doesn't pay me, so fuck him. The Brook fight is always going to be there for me. So if the Garcia rematch was on the table, I would take it first. The Brook fight is a big one for the fans, but I'd take the Garcia fight first because there's unfinished business there. I know he's trying to run for me, so if that fight did suddenly present itself, I would have to grab it with both hands. And it's written by someone by the name of Scott Guilfoyle or some shit. Scott Guilfoyle, yeah. And he's always downplaying British fighters as usual, whether it's Amir Khan, Kell Brook, Carford, whoever. And you got what do I think of this situation? I got mixed feelings on this in a way, but I think it's overall positive. I do want Amir Khan to get the Danny Garcia fight because, thing is, when it comes to the Khan versus Brook fight, I do think it will happen. I think it's just a matter of time. Amir Khan will, if he gets a title, Kell Brook gets a title. That's two title holders fighting for each other for a unification fight. And there's no show telling that Amir Khan will beat Danny Garcia, but I think there's a chance. There's a good chance he could. There's a 50-50 fight in my opinion. Amir Khan does want the bigger paydays, and I think it's fair that he gets a big share of the payday than Kell Brook. If you imagine you're a person, yeah. Imagine you're a person that's. I just said imagine you're a person. But imagine you're someone that worked hard in any job, in any field, right? You worked hard, you got promoted through hard, like you took chances, right? You took challenges through hard work, and somehow there's another person who went into the same field as you, went probably in the same company as you, let's say, but instead of the hard work that you seem to put in, he didn't seem to put all that. He didn't take all the challenges. He didn't manage the type of projects that you managed, and then he goes in your position. He's to a point where he's on the same level as you in terms of status in the company and in terms of money that they're earning. And you think to yourself, wait a minute, I worked so hard and this guy didn't. So why is he in my position? That's the same thing. So Amir Khan would want a bigger payday, and therefore and because of the logic, the example I gave you, that's the reason why I find it fair that Amir Khan gets like 80%. I don't mind if he gets 80%. 70 is I think a bit more fair. Still Kell Brook will still get a big payday. I think 70% will, it will be a bit more fair. And I think because they both lost, if Kell Brook goes on to fight Errol Spence or another good fighter, and him fighting Errol Spence is another topic. That's a joke. That will not happen. I don't think that will happen unless Kell Brook's forced to. And so if Kell Brook fights Errol Spence and he beats him, and there's no sure thing he'll beat him. But if he does beat him, because there's a 50-50 fight in my opinion, people sleeping on Kell Brook. I think Errol Spence will win, but if Kell Brook does pull it off, Amir Khan shouldn't be able to say, oh, he's dark, because he's darking, he's not doing this and that. Because Amir Khan did say that he will not fight Errol Spence, and I said that as well. Everyone in the boxing world said that pretty much. So if he does fight Errol Spence, people will have to shut up. Even if he's forced to fight Errol Spence, he fought Errol Spence and he beat him, right? If that happens. And Amir Khan, if he goes on to fight Garcia, I do think beating Garcia is a bigger achievement. But either way, Khan with the WBC, Kell Brook with the IBF that he defended against a legit fighter, a legit, a gold medalist, right? That'd be an even bigger fight in the UK. Because I think a lot of people, like Travis Gotti was talking about, they lost a lot of desire to watch that fight for the Khan Brook fight. They'll still watch it and it'll still be an entertaining fight. They will still look forward to it, but I think it'll be more it will be more appealing. The fight will be a lot more appealing when both of them get one or two good wins, preferably like a good win against Kell Brook against Errol Spence, Amir Khan against Danny Garcia, or Keith Thurman. If Keith Thurman somehow pulls it off, I do think Danny Garcia pulls it off, but that's another topic. That's really kind of what I think of it. Now, one thing I do want to say is Amir Khan kind of talking about Danny Garcia, Kell Brook, like I hope, me being a Khan fan, I'm not a Khan fanboy. It's just I'm not a Khan hater, so you could associate me with a Khan fanboy, but I'm not. But against Kell Brook and Khan, I'll be riding with my boy Amir Khan. I will be on his side, but let the best man win, because that's a 50-50 fight in my opinion. Now, in terms of Amir Khan, he might be overlooking Danny Garcia, because Amir Khan be talking like, oh, he's looking at Danny Garcia, then he's looking at Kell Brook, and I'm not sure if he should do that, because Kell Brook, sorry, he's looking like, because Kell Brook is, that's a far away story. You're not looking to fight him anytime soon, and I don't want him to look past Danny Garcia. It's kind of like what Danny Garcia was doing with Samuel Vargas, like Keith Thurman's next. Although that's a different fight because Samuel Vargas is not that much of an opponent on that level, at least. I'm not trying to disrespect Samuel Vargas, but that's what I'm just saying. So Amir Khan, he wants to fight Danny Garcia and then Kell Brook. He's made that clear, just like Danny Garcia wanted to fight Samuel Vargas and then Keith Thurman. But the difference is Amir Khan's talking about two names that are really good fighters in the ring. Really good fighters, both of them. So, he can't, if you just thinking, oh, this and then Kell Brook, no, you can't be doing that. You have to look at, okay, Kell Brook probably after this, but I'm really, if I get the Danny Garcia fight, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, and then when I think about it too much, then I think, oh, maybe it's just me being like that. Maybe I make one look past him, but there's always a chance. He's done that before. He's already planned his future out complete, like 2 more years. He said. I think he's kind of overlooking a lot of things. But if he doesn't, and if he trains well, if he, gets his mind right, I think the best of Amir Khan beats pretty much every welterweight out there. So yeah, that's what I think. I like the idea of Amir Khan fighting Danny Garcia first. As I said, it will make a bigger fight, and it will also kind of show Kell Brook. If Kell Brook is not about getting a title and fighting Errol Spence, because Kell Brook be talking a lot. If he does not fight Errol Spence or anyone legit, and Amir Khan gets the WBC title, then fuck what? Then that fight's not happening, and that's good for Amir Khan because Amir Khan doesn't want Kell Brook to get a payday, especially when Kell Brook's saying, Amir Kardashian. Amir Khan wouldn't want him to get a payday, and then if Amir Khan loses the title against Errol Spence, or somehow Khan beats Danny Garcia, she has the WBC title. What has Kell Brook got? Nothing. And without a title, what is he? Nothing. Because Kell Brook doesn't have a resume to back it up. He just has a title. If he loses his title, he's nothing. So, I think one of the reasons why Amir Khan's doing that is because Danny Garcia fight. It's harder to get Danny Garcia than Kell Brook because Kell Brook wants Amir Khan, and Amir Khan, and Danny Garcia doesn't necessarily want Amir Khan. Amir Khan wants Danny Garcia. So if he gets Danny Garcia, he'll get Garcia first. But Kell Brook will always be there because Kell Brook is begging for it. So yeah, I think it's smart on that sense, and plus it exposes if Kell Brook is not about that, trying to be the best that you can be, fighting risky fights, then it will expose Kell Brook, and if he doesn't fight Errol Spence, he'll show it. So and if let's say Kell Brook he ducks Errol Spence somehow making the fight void or something, how you could say, oh, there's no way possible. There might be. After all, Devin Alexander and Diego Chavez, what happened to that the fight? What happened to that? Like, Devin Alexander was supposed to be in the tournament with them, and then suddenly, off the tournament, he fought Aaron Martinez, I believe, and he just got beat. Then, Diego Chavez fight was void. Even, I believe they were supposed to be mandatories, or at least they're supposed to, like, Chavez and Alexander were supposed to fight each other to be a mandatory. What happened to that? They somehow made it void. And you never know what he does to Errol Spence, but I think it'd be very difficult for them to do because Floyd Mayweather might help out Errol Spence, and Floyd has the bigger draw. Floyd will have Al Heyman. Like, Al Heyman will probably have provide more help with what Floyd wants than what Eddie Hearn or Kell Brook wants. So it'd be interesting to see. I think he just wants to see what Kell Brook does. If Kell Brook fights another bomb and is still with the IBF title, and Amir Khan gets the WBC title, he might not even get the fight, or he might get the fight with a bigger payday. He might get a bigger paycheck. If Kell Brook fights Errol Spence and loses, then guess what? Amir Khan might not even fight. Give it if Amir Khan gets the WBC title, and that shit would be funny. That should be really funny because the tables will be turned, and I think, you know, I just think that's how it normally was before when Kell Brook was fighting bombs and Amir Khan was a world title. I think Amir Khan is capable of getting back to that level, but we just have to wait and see. If Kell Brook does beat Errol Spence, Amir Khan's fighting and he fights Danny Garcia, and if Amir Khan loses to Danny Garcia, that would kind of have to make a 60-40, 50-50 fight in terms of money split with the Khan Brook. But I think it's best for both to get the title, and Kell Brook to defend Errol Spence and Amir Khan to fight Danny Garcia before they both fight each other. So that's all I have to say. That's really my opinion. I don't have any other things to say about what Amir Khan just said. I'll be back with more videos very soon.